Bring it down, right down. Down, 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 down. We're live for the first time in a hot minute. It has been a minute, everybody. How we doing? It's Friday, September 5th, 2025. Woo! What a fucking year this has been, huh? Like, for real. Like, it's one thing after another. And right now, with school being back in session, having Fridays are my days again, it feels like it's my days again. And I told myself, get your shit done in the morning, which I've done. I'm supposed to be at the doctor's office right now with my son. He had a doctor's appointment this morning, but had to reschedule that due to my 8 o'clock going into my 9 o'clock. Yeah, it went way over. So, this is why I don't like scheduling things on Fridays. And I tell myself, yeah, if something comes up random and it has to be scheduled on Friday, that's fine. Like his doctor's appointment. That was as soon as it could happen. I'm not going to say, no, don't do that on a Friday. I keep my Fridays open for things just like that. That's part of what I do. That's part of my coaching. It's a great benefit. But I also had a court hearing this morning at 8 a.m. And I thought to myself, yeah, that pretrial won't last an hour and a half. It'll be done within the hour. And I got to leave by 9 to get to the school to get my Bubba. So I can get him to the doctor's, which takes 30 minutes. So 20 minutes to get to his school and get him. And then 30 minutes from there to get to the doctor's office. And then, we'll have a 10-minute buffer to be there. Yeah, that gives me 10 minutes to stop and get gas if I want to, or go through a drive-through and get a snack if Bubba's hungry or something, whatever. So I didn't reschedule anything. I thought I had plenty of time, but I didn't. Time management is one of the biggest pains in the asses. I did a show for a whole year, nonstop. Not a whole year. It was like 9 months. Felt like a year. That was last year, 2024. And it was the creative tech. And I did it all the way up till I got Jonah full time. And, prioritizing your time. What's more important? Doing your show that nobody's watching. And that's understandable because I wasn't advertising it or pushing it. Not at all. I'm afraid to some degree because it's not where I want it to be yet. But at some point, hey, Joseph, is it ever going to be where you really want it to be? Shouldn't you just go ahead and do it? That's kind of where we are. We're at that edge. Do you do it or do you don't do it? And for me, I want to be a coach. I want to help people. And if it wasn't for my business, I wouldn't be able to do all this and practice all this. And now, unfortunately, I have to shut down my business. But that's okay. I don't want to be an MSP anymore. I don't want to be an IT service provider. I want to help leadership paint a vision for their workforce, call it the desired state, if you will. Paint this desired state of operations, their culture, their workflows, the way their customers and clients experience their services, and really improve upon all of that to what we call the desired state. And the way we get them there is through our roadmap. Anytime I work with anybody, meet anybody, they don't have the systems in place that we bring. We consider those to be reactive clients. And anybody we meet, we're going to be reactive at first because we don't know you. So as we learn, we're going to react as we learn the best we can, but eventually we're going to know you. We're going to be able to put systems in place to anticipate those patterns we've learned with you, because we're going to build systems to help make life better. And why do I know these systems are so much better? Because I myself come from a crazy line of just chaos. Life is chaotic. And if you can't learn to see the beauty in what we're doing, it is our beautiful chaos, not our trauma-induced, abusive chaos. It's beautiful chaos. And we work with each other to make the chaos less chaotic. So in my crazy ass house, yeah, you learn how to how reacting is the enemy, how anger is the enemy. And in any workforce you go to, you're going to see leadership. There's going to be these siloed environments or somebody upset with another leader within the organization. And how do you keep each, even though there's silos in an organization, those silos should be free to engage with other silos. And the way those, there's so much to a workforce and their environment. It's a lot like a household and a family. And everything that I do is to help others. And if you want to get ahead in life, if you want to be successful, if you want to, and you also have to know what success means to you. Just because you have money does not make you successful. Trust me. What makes you happy is relationships and people, serving people. That's where true happiness comes from. God, I sound like a goddamn hippie. Anyway, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. But what I will tell you is that the relationships I have built, those that I am around, those that do rely on me and look up to me, I also look up to them. And I got a good circle. The hard part is as I'm trying to do, because I'm so fucked up. I mean, I'm really fucked up. As I try to do better, as I try to become better and practice and live as a facilitator of the desired state, someone that's trying to find that balance and building systems to get me to that desired state, it's taught me a lot. And I want to share that knowledge with everybody. It hurts when people's pride and their egos get in their way of what you're doing because you're trying to help them. You know, part of me does take ownership in, like, for instance, if there's a company that I'm supporting, I take it so personal. I get so involved. And that's a me issue. That's, again, really fucked up, traumatic things, and learning how to take those things and how it affects you and your relationships and how you interact with others. I used to come off so thirsty. Oh my God, so fucking thirsty for business, for relationships, for everything. Just thirsty. Talk about a man lacking in things. But, you know, moving around constantly, not having a solid, safe base to call home. You know, there's a lot of us out here that deals with this shit. And I see it every day I go out into the world, whether it's going to get some food at some place or go to help a client. Like, you see so many people struggling with their reactions, with their anger. And I think, God, I was such an asshole. I reacted like that. Like, wow. And now I can pinpoint back down to my issues and why I felt so threatened. Anytime somebody's acting like that, they're threatened. It's such a fucking crazy thing. I lost my composure today in court. Now, did I go screaming in court and stuff? No, I sensed myself getting on tilt, and that comes with practice. In the old Joe, probably would have fucking made sure not only did he get his facts out, but he wants to let you know how he feels about it as well. God, reeling those feelings in and learning how to, it's such a game changer. Jesus. not to be a pussy. I don't want to piss people off here. Not to be a pussy and actually stand up and have your composure and go for what you want. A lot of people just shut down. They'll avoid it, or they're overly anxious and they overdo it and they scare it away. Like whatever it is. How do you have that secure stance? Yeah. Client relationships, partners, romantic relationships, children relationships, the relationship you have with yourself. These are things that people don't tend to, like in my household growing up, my dad, Butch, you want to talk about your feelings with Butch? Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that. I wonder where I would be today if I would have been reared by people that understood to respond instead of react. And I think to myself, like, would I be in a better place? Maybe through somebody's perspective, maybe so, but would I be who I am today? Would I have the knowledge I have today if I wouldn't have been through all the shit I've been through? Would I be able to help so many people and be as valuable to others if I wouldn't have went through that shit? No. Not a religious person. Meaning I don't believe in any religion that's been written by man. I don't think anybody here knows what the fuck's going on. But I do align with a lot of the morals and values around a lot of different religions. And I'm sure if I got the Quran out and I started, or I'm probably saying it wrong, I don't want to disrespect it because, again, we may not value or see it as a, ethical thing. And obviously everybody should have we all should have our own self-determination. We should all be ambassadors of our own self-determination, and we should all be agents of self-determination. Absolutely. And that's why I support ambassadors of self-determination, and I get behind movements like this because I do want to support, whether it's an individual or a business, whether it's nonprofit, profit, school, education, religious, whatever it may be. I want to be able to support individuals and entities with my master transformation plan. Yeah. Now, ideally, if somebody's secure and they're healthy and they have their shit together before they're 25, right? Let's say they go to the gym regularly, they got their job, they've already done a 4-year degree, and they're, a year or two into their, job that they interned at for a year or two beforehand, and they got their own house and they got a fiance but no kids and no drama. Like, there's people that live this way and they wouldn't get there if they weren't reared properly. And there's so many of us out here that are trying to get through the fucking mud. And when somebody does break through, not just financially, I'm not talking about, because there's so many people out there that come from the mud and then they get money somehow from something they've done, but really they're still living in the mud because they're still doing drugs, they're still doing just stupid shit and risky behaviors, and their relationships are torn due to their unself-awareness, lack of self-awareness. Yeah, the wife and I, we both believe the bar has been lowered dramatically. And it's one thing to sit around and bitch about the bar being so low. I mean, I don't even want to go. I can't go to a McDonald's anymore. unless you're going to a McDonald's that is like downtown and there's a lot of money, like they're losing money because it's more of a advertisement to have it downtown, and they keep it super nice and clean. And yeah, there's no McDonald's in a busy populated neighborhood. Like, they're just, you go to these places, everybody now seems like they're working while they're playing on their cell phone, and that's like the norm now. When I call places to get help and support, I feel like I'm being rushed off the phone so they can get back to playing their little game. Like I'm interrupting them, which that's always been there. Before they were playing on their phone, they were probably doing crossword puzzles or something else. There's just people out there that when they're on the clock for their work, you're supposed to be present and doing your job, not worrying about, like, yes, always take care of yourself. But when you're on the clock, you're on the job, you're doing something. Now, if your job sucks and you're just doing it because it's just a job and you got to make a paycheck, well, instead of playing on your phone, playing games and stuff, if you're actually like looking at a college course or doing homework while you're working in between things, you can still do your job. And hoorah for you, like go at it, improve yourself. But if you're just sitting there getting through and just trying to pass the time by and bitching about your life, you have to start at ground zero. You have to start with yourself, and you investing into yourself. Nobody else out here is going to do it for you. So with my master transformation plan, what I want to do is I want to help people understand, because I have stories. I can show you perspective. If you tell me what you're going through, I know that if we talk it through, I have perspective that you don't have. And you talk to somebody other than myself, they're going to have perspective that you nor I have. This is the importance about actually talking about these things. And I just feel like everybody's so fake anymore. Everybody does small talk about stupid shit. What are we trying to do here on this planet? What's your purpose? What if we get together, what are we going to do? Let's do something fun. Let's build something. Let's make something. Let's create a story, or let's make a video, or let's go climb a mountain. I don't know. Let's do something productive, something fun, something that's going to teach me something and give me an experience. Like, I don't even, materialistic things are stupid. You can have all the shit you want, but what's the point of it if you're not living life? Like, I want to live. So I've been doing some pretty awesome, crazy shit. I've met some crazy, awesome people. I need to share. I've been capturing it. Sharing is an issue with me, and I need to figure that out. I feel like I'm getting comfortable on the camera, like talking like this and casual and normal, but what to talk about? You want to coach people and help people do better? Like, why? Why would they want to listen to you? Well, because raise your hand if you've smoked crack. Raise your hand if you've done heroin. Raise your hand if you've done heroin with a needle. Yeah, nope, not me. Yeah, raise your hand if you've taken acid. Ooh. Like, drugs were so fun to me when I was younger. Yeah, I don't think I could do it today. Outside of my medical marijuana, which, granted, I do indulge in daily. And do I do it heavy through the day? Absolutely not. Do I do it heavy at night? Sometimes. Sometimes I'll let loose. By God, yeah. I'll smoke a fatty every now and then. I'm not going to lie. But, for me, I'm not partying. I'm not doing it to party. I'm doing it to shut down and relax, and the pain relief is amazing, by the way. Yeah. So partying is something definitely, I'm done with that shit. And what does it mean to transform yourself and still be able to have fun and become the person you want to be, to have the job you want to have your purpose and all this bullshit? Ikigai. If you ever heard of Ikigai, it's this thing that you do to figure out what your purpose is and what the best thing for you to do is. Maybe I should do a video on Ikigai. There's so many of them out there. You can go watch them. But what would make you want to watch Joseph Sunderman talk about Ikigai, if anything? Who wants to watch somebody that you can't stand? Who can stand that guy? Hell, anybody around me for more than 5 minutes can't stand to be around me for more than 5 minutes before they're ready to pull their hair out and go crazy. Yeah. That's when people say shit like that to you. Does it get to you? The only thing that got to me about it is it felt very unprofessional. But hey, I'm sure I've been very unprofessional myself. I just got on here to blabber about a bunch of bullshit, I guess. Ooh, looks like somebody. I'm not even on Facebook right now. Should be. People sometimes will reach out, and I am horrible about staying on top of it. I need to work on that. Yeah, no. Anyway, let's go here. Oh, Greggy Poo, how's Greg doing? Greg giving me a thumbs up. Yeah, I don't get on Facebook hardly at all. Look at all those faces. Look at all these people. I know these people. I can't know these people. Anyway, so 2025. The Great Reset, the dark period. That's what I'm calling this period, by the way. It is the dark period. I'm not going to divulge everything why I'm calling it the dark period. Just know that, I'm trying to wrap up a very long. My daughter is 17 years old. She will be 18 in April. I haven't talked to her for over a year now, not even a single text. Now, I reach out to her to let her know I love her and this and that. And, this is kind of funny. Here, check this out. Let's do this. So, my daughter does not want to talk to me at all. She doesn't want to come near me. She doesn't reply to me. She doesn't say anything. And that's right now is because her mother and I are in a court case, have been for 5 years now, since 2020, when the pandemic first, when hey, everybody stay inside. We filed right before that, February of 2020. And we get our first court date, and the pandemic blew up. What was it, March or April of 2020? It was right in that area. Boom. I know the wife and I, we went and stayed in a cabin for a weekend. And then when we came home, everything was on shutdown. We were hearing about it on the radio when we were leaving the mountain from the cabin. Holy shit, the world burned down while we were gone. Yeah. We have a crazy story. God, I have such a crazy. We all have crazy stories. I know your story's crazy too. Come on. Share. Get out there. Live it up. Talk about it. And if you're doing business and you're not sharing and living it up, well, you're doing your business a big disservice. Now, when your biggest paying client is a $10,000 a month client, and they're paying you $10,000 a month, and you got to turn around and you got to pay for their tech stack, for all their licensing, for every little need there is, and whatever's left over that month out of that budget, well, you get to shove that down in your pocket. That's one client. I need more clients. I'm in a state now where I want to bring on more clients. I'm starting a new company, and we'll be doing consulting only. So how do I shut down Icora and stop being an MSP and focus on my consulting and coaching business where I help people get to their desired state through the MTP, the Master Transformation Plan. There's a lot to it. There's a lot of different practices within it. There's a bunch of understanding of processes and procedures. Basically, it's like an operating system for a business or for an individual when it comes to everything. I was going to show something on here. I don't know if I should. Why not? Let's go to my imports. Let's look at 2024. Well, that's weird. I guess everything's inside there. Oh, yeah, this is where I was at the other day. Make sure I don't pull something up I shouldn't pull up.
Yeah, you want to slide behind this line right here. That's what I'm trying to say is when you go to school, they want you to stop at a place with a stop sign. We got to look at that and make sure and ask your instructor, listen, all the stop signs are weird. What do you expect from me on stop sign? Oh, you're good. You're good. Kneel it. Yeah, well, you got to drive cautiously. We're in the car with you.
This is her first time on the road. Look how scared and for her life, and look how much hate there is between us.
I should be on my Canadian show.
No, you can't see shit because I'm not sharing it. Let's do that. Let's share the screen, shall we?
Driver.
Woo!
Yeah, you want to slide behind this line right here. That's what I'm trying to say is when you go to school, they want you to stop at a certain place.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear it, but here we are at this sign, the stop sign. I'm telling her that she has to stop at a stop sign a certain way. That car goes by. She's freaking out. She has to go. I say, just nail it. And she does.
You gotta drive cautiously. You can keep wearing the car. Just curve. All right. We're
I should be on my Canadian.
Look how much she's loving this. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think that's the hard part for me with everything is that look at her. She's like got to deal with people. Like this was a great learning experience for her driving through here.
I don't want to hit anybody.
I'm gonna make some videos at some point. I got so much shit. So much shit to fucking put together. I have captured so much. God. And I don't share any of it. Why? What's wrong with me? Yeah, look at this. Like, let's see here. What else do I not share? So, come on now. This is one of my 8 terabyte drives that I have where I store a bunch of shit on. Drone shots over the years. Look at all these drone shots over the years. Let's go take a look at some of Joseph's drone shots over the years. Oh, it's so pretty. There's our house. Look at our house. That's before I let all the weeds grow like crazy. I gotta clean up our yard. Jesus. That was a pretty morning. A little later in the morning. Our little neighborhood. Oh, I'm not even sharing my screen still. I'm an idiot. Look at that. Now we're sharing the screen. Jesus, Sunderman. What is wrong with you? Ooh, that looks pretty. The studio downtown, at least this is where I get to operate my studio out of. I wonder if I get a good skyline here. Come on, bring it up slowly. Look at that. I love Cincinnati. Damn, I got that flickering going on with the lights. I wonder if AI can help with that. I guess if you cut it, I guess if I cropped in a little bit, I don't know how much I'd lose as far as resolution goes. Here's the guys pulling out. Ooh, look at this pretty morning. The frost on the trees. Oh, yeah. Frost on everything. But not our house. Look at our house up here. You can see it's melting because of all that fucking heat we generate from the data center. Jesus Christ. Look at that. That's so pretty. This is home. Yeah, you can see how it's melting up here where everybody else's houses is like, nope. Frozen in the attic. Excited for the colors changing again. It's about to be fall. This is a cool video. Is this the one where the guys leave like perfect timing as I'm coming around? I think it is. Yep. See, look, there they go. That was perfect. It's a beautiful morning. Oh, look at that beautiful fucking morning. Well, all I do is fly around. Oh, look at that old place. Looks like I got something going on with my shit here. So this is my old house right here. This place right here. That was where I grew up. I helped build this barn right here with Dad when, God, that was a long time. That was 25 years ago. I was married to Heather at that time. Yep, 722 West North Street. This shack right back here, me and my friends used to jump off top of this. Fucking luckily we didn't break our necks. We used to cut through here to get to the park. This park was where we played most of the time. God, I can't believe they moved this mobile home. This is where Barfly used to practice. I used to sneak over here and sit on the ground right down here in the corner. And this is an alley back here. And I'd sit back here and I'd listen to them and watch them play, and they'd get pissed because they'd be drinking and smoking. And I was just a little kid, 10 years old, 11. Yeah, anyway, I ain't got time to be fucking around with this. I don't know. I just wanted to get on here and say hi, everybody. See how everybody's doing. I was blowing this thing up. I was on here like constantly. Oh, sure, Larry. Yeah, man, like that's what I do. It's been a good time. It's been a long time. It's been a good time. Jesus fucking. It's been a long time, Larry. How you been, buddy? Yeah, I'll send you an email right now on the spot. Let's do that. Oh, my fucking back. And Larry, we gotta get you your own domain, man. We gotta get you set up. Boom. There you go, Larry. Yeah. Just going to get me in trouble. Don't be offering me no fucking bikes because my wife will fucking kill me. All right. Let's see here. And yeah, Larry, if you run this storefront, carfactorywish.com. Well, what's Larry been up to? Earnwithlarry.com. I'm gonna have to check. Now you got me going checking out your shit. I don't even have a website yet. I don't have a lot of things yet, but there's a good reason for that. Mm-hmm. Oh, one more to check out here. Boom. Larry. I love it. I see you on the grind. Where the fuck is Clarksville, Tennessee? Well, I'm sure I'm going to hear all about it. And hopefully Clarksville's not too far away so we can make you some banger fucking shit. That's another thing I've been doing is like, I got to get my portfolio put together. Like you guys, the video stuff I do, music, the shorts, this streaming thing right here, all this is stuff I want to do, but I don't get a lot of time to do the things I want to do. When you have a house with cars, kids, and dogs, and lawns, bugs, and maintenance, and plumbing, and cleaning, and maintaining. Ooh, one thing I've cleared budget for and something that we need to get is somebody we can trust to come in our house and help keep it clean. The amount of dust that I keep clean in my own studio, like it's hard to keep the studio looking nice, let alone a whole fucking 4-story house. So I am in the market for somebody for $250 a month to come to our house twice a month and just help us. That 125, that could be a 2-hour window where you come in for 2 hours and just grind for those 2 hours for me, please. For $125, if that's doable. If it's $125 an hour and you're only going to come once a month, I want to see you screaming. Meaning, slapping. I want to see you slapping. I want that Riz up on high. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? Mine? I know I have videos from that night. Let's go to 2023. This is video. There's images. 2023. See? We organize your shit, right? I hope this doesn't. I'm better not show anything I shouldn't show here. Last thing I need is. Yeah, we're getting scary. I might want to take that off screen for a second. Don't be pulling that up over here. Okay. I'll bring that back over here. Kids being bored. These are just images I got now. These images I get with my, what camera was this? This is one of my nice cameras. Look at this. Now I could crop in. I could probably get that looking really great with AI. But that was only, 50 picture's this big, it's only this much of the picture, right? So it's crazy. The resolution, I mean. Wait till you see some of these shots with the fireworks. Let's get to them. Oop, here we go. They're starting. Well, look at that fucking thing lights that up. Woo. Come on now. Scroll this on up. There we go. These are the ones I was looking for. Now that looks sweet. Now, if we go in, this was us leaving. Yep. Whew. What the? Well, that's a duplicate folder if I've ever seen one. Oh my God. Look at my beautiful baby. Oh my God. Stop it. Look at her. How douchey can you get, Joseph? Jesus. I love my baby. Look at her. Yes, yes. Oh, my favorite knife. I can make that image look dope. All right, that's enough of all that. I think I am going to go for a ride, and I will be. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a ride. What else what do I got on my plate today? Normally, I'd be getting Jonah back to school by now. And I'd be getting back to whatever I want to do. And yeah, my calendar's open. Fridays are my days. Okay. I'm going to go for a ride at the park. It's supposed to be 80 degrees today. Yep, 71 already, so I don't need a sweater. We can ditch the sweater for today. What are you doing today? Well, if you want to schedule a session with myself, I would love to hear what you have going on. and provide you some of my fucked up perspective, and maybe get you some new perspective that you can use for yourself. If you want something helpful, and if you get to this point to listen to this video and you put up with my shenanigans up to this point, framing. Framing is a big, important part of things. It's basically narrative. You ever been arguing with somebody and they're saying something, you're just like, wait, that is completely wrong. That's not how it is. Regardless, that's their framing. They're looking at it through their perspective. If we look at the same item, you and I, if one side of this was white and the other side is black, and I'm looking at this and you're telling me that it's black and I'm saying, no, it is white. Which one of us is correct? Are you able to take yourself out of your framing and go to their framing and look at it through their frame? I think of it as a picture frame. Look at a picture window, whatever you want to do. Look through the frame, and what does it look like to them? Think about it. Could have what you said, done, made them feel the way they feel with their experiences and their beliefs? Not everybody's like you. And when you do frame something for somebody, you tell them your perspective. Make your frame big enough to highlight all the things that are important. And obviously, this isn't about manipulating somebody to do something that's bad for them, to make them eat it or swallow it. Like, your framing should be objective as possible and let them know how you feel about it. You cannot control somebody's reaction to things. But what you can do is you can approach it in a way that shapes their response. We don't want them to react. So we put things, as we're shaping, we're putting things out there. Most people would say this is going to be super expensive and can't do it. You start throwing out their objections as you're delivering your framework. That's what I mean by making the frame bigger. And as you show somebody and have them go through your frame and you frame things for them, make sure you're framing it in a way that, especially if they've given you your framework first, don't undermine their framework. If it's wrong, it's completely wrong, objectively wrong, in your framework, objectively show where it is wrong in the most kindest. Remember, people are doing things because they're trying to survive. If they're getting shitty with you, whatever emotions it is, those are tools to tell you how they're feeling. Use those signals and never react. Pause. Take a second. Take it in. And then respond. Don't react. When you stop reacting to things and you learn to respond, you also learn how to shape other people's responses, especially if you deliver something in a way where they can't react. If you deliver something in a way where they're going to react to it, as soon as that reaction takes place, you might as well shut down the conversation, because you're done until that, that reaction has to take time for it to dissipate. I usually say, 90 minutes, hour and a half, 15 minutes if it's something really small, all the way up to 90 minutes for something big. There's so much to the master transformation plan. Objectives versus matters. Maker time versus manager time. Tech stack, workforce, line of identity. Started saying line of business applications, but that's part of the tech stack. Your tech stack and your workforce, how they use that tech stack, that's what makes up your identity. Have them use it correctly, or your identity will be non-consistent and problematic for your image. All right. I'm going to put on some tennis shoes, grab the one wheel, hit the trail, maybe do some journaling. That's another thing I've been doing that's been really helpful, everybody. Like, journal the fuck out of things. Now, you do not need to sit down and write out your journal. To me, writing it out, it does help keep things clear and helps me stay focused because I'm writing it out. And I'll lose track of thought as I'm writing it out and need to bring myself back to the, I do tend to get lost sometimes when I'm writing, but less so. So that's a pro to writing journaling with writing. And I'm not opposed to it. I'd rather type when I journal that way. And I do sometimes. But the way I've been journaling lately, my favorite way to do it now is you take out your phone, you go to the voice recording app, the voice memo app. And when you do this, let's see here. So you can see that voice memo app is now recording, correct? Now that that's recording, what we want to do is if you pull up on it, you get this view. And with this view, what you can do is see this little button down here by my ring finger. I'm going to click that. And now look at what it's doing. See if you can't make out word for word as I talk, and it starts putting in what I say. And that essentially is me journaling. I've had a rough day. I got a lot of stuff going on. Let me spell that out for you and let you know what I'm going through. This is what I think I'm going to do about it. This is how I feel about it. This is how I think they feel about it. This is how I want them to feel about it. How am I going to approach this? Should I do it this way or that way? And it's capturing. And if you ask it a question, it's going to put in a question mark like it's doing proper punctuation. Is it 100? No, it's not 100%. It's definitely not 100%. But what I do with this after the fact, once you stop your recording and it's saved. So now I have that one at the top is latest, and there's these little 3 dots right here. I'm going to click these 3 little dots, and it gives you these options. And one of those options is to copy transcript. It's like the 4th or 5th one down. So I'm going to copy transcript. And then I'm going to go to my BFF here, a chat GPT. I'm going to paste in that transcript. And this is a blank chat. Like I'm starting I'm composing a new chat basically. But normally what I would do is I have a project where I've given that project instructions like when I upload a transcript or writing, this is me journaling. Here's the desired state I'm going for. Here's what matters to me. Here's my objectives I'm working on. And I'll even put files in there. Like I'll grab my current to-do list and my current objective pipeline, and I'll dump all that into the files portion of it so it can review those files and knows what's going on with me. When I dump my journal into there and I tell it, I paste and send that response into AI, ChatGPT is giving me back perspective. Perspective on how I'm thinking and the pros and cons to that. Different ways to approach it that may give me different types of responses and how those responses would affect my desired state that I'm going towards. And again, I don't take it for word, and a lot of times it gets it right, but there's also a lot of times it gets it wrong. Like you have to stay present and know yourself and know what you're doing. And is it better than it was 2 years ago? Yeah, absolutely. And I know we're getting ready to get ChatGPT 6, I think. So it's just getting better. And here's another crazy use case for it. And God, if I was taking these videos, I knew how many shorts I would get out of this one time I'm streaming here. Especially if I had an AI trained on what I was doing, I could just dump the video in there and say, hey, go in and cut out all the good little clips. I have like 10 shorts out of this one video. Give me the 10 best, 10-second clips, or between 10 and 30-second clips that you can through this 1 hour plus me going off the top, just bullshitting, winging it, which is what I'm doing right now. If I was doing an actual show, we would have a focus with 3 topics, and I would be doing that on a regular basis. I'm not doing a show right now. This is Joseph just getting on here and vlogging for the most part, more like journaling out loud, but doing it in a way that I know you're listening, and I wanted to make it valuable for you. So how can I do that while journaling and preparing and bettering myself? Like that's exactly what I'm doing here. And I want to embody this. I want you to see my website. I want you to see my different products that we've developed. I want you to see everything that I've been doing. And I want to share what I've captured to help tell that story better. To show, God, I can pull up pictures right now from my heavy drug use days where I was 300 pounds plus and just not taking very good care of myself. And I can pinpoint out all the different habits and systems I had to create and overcome to get to where I am today, which is still, like, I feel like I'm only a fraction of where I'm trying to get to. I'm not halfway there. I'm not most of the way there. I'm a lot closer than I was 5 years ago. I'm a hell of a lot closer than I was 10 years ago. And 15 years ago compared to then today, night and day. You go back 20 years, well, hello, Hardin County high school dropout smoking crack with the crew on the way to put together a Golden Giant steel building. I'm trying to remember the name of the crew I was on. It was down there by Fairground Roads, big yellow building. There's still a dent in that building from my Malibu. I had a 70 Malibu Classic. Fucking love that car, and I'm going to get another one someday. The wife wants an 88 Camaro, manual. I'm wanting to get like T-tops or convertible for her because I think that would be fun, but I don't know if she's a fan of that or if she even wants the damn car to begin with. I think she would love it. If she had a souped up, like with a mean engine that's all clean and just think of like the most sexiest Camaro you can have, an 88 manual shift Camaro. And that's what I want to get for my wife. Like a burnt orange with like purple highlights and stripes and shit. Like, I think it would be sexy as fuck. I don't know if she would like it. Maybe she wants a different color. This is for her. Or maybe, a darker purple body color with the orange outline would be sexier. I don't know. I think that burnt orange with there's these things called circus flowers out there, and I would rather it kind of resemble flames the way the circus flower does it, with the dark tips down to the lighter. Yeah. I don't know. I'll get with an artist and figure it out. Then I'll show her a render, see if she likes it before I go spending any money on anything. But you got to have money to do that shit before you can do that shit. And right now, like, I know the money's going to come in. I know if I execute what I'm wanting to do and we're working towards the things we want to work towards, I know it's going to happen. Just like I knew in 2019 when I was going to start a media company, I knew I'd be doing projects that people would be like, wow, so that's your media company. Yep. All right. I have blabbered way past the point of blabbering. Try to give you guys a last little note. I kept on going. All right, douchebags. I'm out. Keep it heavy. Keep it real. Peace.